"We're taking your office space," Dad said over dinner. I nodded and said, "Okay, I'll clear it out tomorrow." The next morning, I found a new apartment without telling them, and now they are calling me nonstop. I was 24 and still living at home, not because I wanted to, because my parents needed me. That is what they always said. They said, "We need you here." They said family sticks together. They said you can save money this way. What they really meant was they needed someone to cook and clean and pay half the bills while my younger brother Jake did nothing. Jake was 22. He never had a job. He played video games all day. He ate the food I bought. He used the car I paid for. My parents thought he was going through a phase. They said he just needs time to figure things out. They said he is sensitive. I worked from home as a freelance designer. I had clients all over the country. I made good money, but my parents never respected it. They saw me on my laptop and thought I was just browsing the internet. They would interrupt me during calls. They would ask me to do chores in the middle of my workday. They would say you are home anyway, so it should not be a problem. I set up a small office in the spare room. It had my desk and my computer and my files. It was the only space in the house that was mine. I put a lock on the door so Jake would stop coming in to borrow things. My parents did not like that. They said it was rude to lock doors in a family home. I said I need privacy for work. They rolled their eyes. Last month, everything changed. We were eating dinner. My mom made pasta. Jake was on his phone the whole time. My dad cleared his throat and said we need to talk about the spare room. I looked up. He said Jake needs more space. He is going to start streaming video games. He needs a setup. I said, what about my office? My dad said you can work in your bedroom or the living room. You just need a laptop, right? I felt my face get hot. I said I have a whole system in there. I have monitors and equipment. I have client files. My mom said you can move all that. Jake needs a dedicated space if he is going to make this streaming thing work. I looked at Jake. He did not even look up from his phone. I said, so you are taking my office to give to him so he can play video games. My dad said it is not playing. It is a career. He could make real money. I almost laughed. I said I make real money. Right now. I pay for half this house. My mom said that is different. You are established. Jake is just starting out. He needs support. I sat there for a moment. I could feel them waiting for me to argue, waiting for me to fight, but I was tired. I had been fighting for years, so I just nodded. I said, okay, I will clear it out tomorrow. They looked surprised. My dad said, really? I said, yes, it is fine. You are right. Jake needs the space. My mom smiled and said, thank you for understanding. Jake finally looked up and said, cool, that was it. Cool. I went to my room and started looking at apartments. I found one 20 minutes away, one bedroom, nice kitchen, available immediately. I called and scheduled a viewing for the next morning. I did not sleep that night. I just kept thinking about all the years I spent in that house, all the meals I cooked, all the bills I paid, all the times I was told I was not doing enough. The next morning I saw the apartment. It was perfect. I signed the lease on the spot. Then I went home and started packing. My mom saw the boxes and laughed. She said, moving where? I said I got an apartment. Her face changed. She said, we did not mean you had to leave. I said, but I am. My dad came running in. He said, you cannot just leave. I said, yes, I can. I am 24. I pay my own bills. He said, who is going to help with the mortgage? I said, not my problem. He said, we are family. I said, family does not take things from me and give them to someone who does nothing. I kept packing. They followed me around asking why I was being so dramatic. I did not answer. By the end of the day, I had everything in my car. Jake came out and said, wait, you are actually leaving? I said, yes. He said, who is going to buy groceries? I said, figure it out.